Oh, hey, today I wanted to talk about absolute superlatives in Spanish. For English comparison, this would be like saying something that's extremely fun or super boring. So, in its simplest form, what you're going to do is take an adjective and then you're going to change the ending just a little bit with isimo or isima. So, let's say, for example, maybe you see someone walking down the street and they're super tall, and you instead of just, and if you don't want to say like es muy alto or super alto or sumamente alto, if you want to just use one word, I can take alto, drop the O on the end of it, and make it altísimo. Or maybe you think this guy is really good looking, so that's guapo. I can change it to guapísimo, es guapísimo. Now these are adjectives, so I gotta keep that in mind when making these. So if I'm talking about a woman that's really good looking, I'm gonna call her guapísima with an A at the end of it. So maybe you're thinking, well, what about adjectives that end with a consonant? So what you're going to do is, for the most part, just add the isimo after the consonant. So, for example, let's take the word difícil, which is difficult. So if I want to say something is super difficult, like maybe la clase, I'm going to say la clase es dificilísima. Now, there are a handful of irregulars with this. I'm just going to give you 3 irregularities. And those are with adjectives that have a C, G, or a Z in them. So let's take, for example, rico. Rico can mean like super tasty, flavorful with food. So if I'm going to say like la comida, the food is very tasty, I'm going to say la comida es riquísima with a QU in there. And you do that because if you don't change the C to a QU, it maintains the S sound and it'd be ricísima. And I don't want to say that because rico has a K sound. Okay, so the next one is words with a G in them. So let's take largo, for example, which is long. Maybe we want to talk about a certain path in the forest being really long. I'm going to say el sendero es larguísimo. And the reason you have to put a U in there is because without the U, it'd be pronounced larguísimo. So we're going to do that to keep the G sound. Okay, and the last one is, let's take the word feliz, for example, which means happy. And if you want to say like you're super happy, I can say estoy felicísimo or felicísima. And the reason I'm doing the change there is because you won't find a word in Spanish that has a Z followed by an I. Well, there are a few words with a Z-E or Z-I, but they're mostly like words that are borrowed from other languages. All right, let's give you one more example. Let's say you see something that's really big and you want to use the word grande. Maybe just pause my video for a second and think about how I'd use grande to describe something as big. Okay, what that's going to be is either grandissimo or grandissima if it's a feminine noun. And these words can also be plural, like grandissimos, grandísimas, for example. Okay, one last quiz for you. Let's say you want to say Spanish is super easy. Easy is fácil. So how would I say that whole sentence in Spanish? It would be el español es facilísimo with an accent marker on that I that's right after the L. Okay, hope this helps. Adios.